You know that feeling when you're riding at night, and suddenly the road just disappears into the darkness? Your hands tighten on the bars, your eyes strain to make sense of the shadows. Meanwhile, a car passes by, and boom, it's lighting up the entire highway like it's noon. Why is that? Why do motorcycles in 2025 still come with headlights that feel like candles taped to the front? It doesn't matter if it's a sporty naked bike or a touring machine. Most of them still leave riders guessing what's ahead. And sure, some models now offer LEDs. But let's be honest, even those often fail to match the visibility we see in cars. And here's the kicker. We're talking about visibility, not luxury. Visibility, that could mean the difference between seeing that pothole or hitting it at 60 mph. It's not just inconvenient, it's dangerous. Riders have been complaining about it for years, but nothing major really changed until now. Because just when we started to accept that, lighting was part of the riding experience, Yamaha did something no one saw coming. They broke away from the pack, not by tweaking a bulb or slapping in another LED, but by borrowing a game-changing piece of technology from Audi. Yes, Audi. As in luxury German cars, matrix headlights, precision engineering. That Audi. Now, you're probably wondering, what does Audi have to do with Yamaha? And how does high-end car tech even work on something as different as a motorcycle? You're not alone, because this move doesn't just bring better lighting. It might redefine how motorcycles interact with the road and with the world around them. Asterisk, most people think the biggest danger in riding is speed. But seasoned riders know the real threat usually comes when the sun goes down. Night riding changes. Everything. Road signs disappear into the dark. Headlights barely reach beyond a few dozen feet. Curves turn into black holes. And forget about spotting that deer standing in the shadows. By the time you do, it's already too late. It's one of those things you don't really notice until it scares you. Maybe it was a sharp turn you entered too fast because you couldn't see it coming. Maybe it was a car that didn't see you. Or maybe, like so many riders, you just stopped riding at night altogether. And honestly, who could blame you? Cars, on the other hand, are getting smarter and safer by the year. Adaptive lighting, cornering beams, automatic high beams that adjust on their own. Drivers can see more and worry less. Meanwhile, riders are left squinting into the void, relying on outdated tech in situations that demand more, much more. And this isn't about convenience. It's about confidence, about knowing your machine has your back when the world goes dark. That's why what Yamaha just did matters so much. They're not just slapping on brighter lights. They're addressing a problem riders have silently put up with for far too long. Because visibility isn't a luxury. It's survival. Asterisk. So how do you fix a decades-old problem like poor motorcycle lighting? You borrow technology from an entirely different world, one that's been perfecting visibility for years. The world of luxury cars. That's exactly what Yamaha did. They reached into the high-end toolbox of the Volkswagen Group and pulled out something unexpected. Matrix LED headlight technology. The kind you normally find in an Audi A7 or a high-spec VW Touareg, not on a sport touring motorcycle. This isn't just a fancy light bulb. It's a system that uses multiple LED segments controlled by onboard sensors. These sensors scan the road ahead, detect other vehicles, and adjust the light in real time. That means you can ride with your high beam on without ever blinding oncoming traffic. It knows exactly which portions of the beam to dim or cut entirely. The result? You get maximum illumination where you need it, and safety for everyone else on the road. And Yamaha didn't just copy and paste this into a motorcycle. They re-engineered it, because what works in a car doesn't automatically work on two wheels. A car stays level, a motorcycle leans, pitches, dives. Every movement changes the angle of the light. That's a huge challenge. But instead of backing off, Yamaha pushed forward. They built a version of the matrix system that adapts not only to traffic and weather, but also to the lean angle of the bike. The system detects when the motorcycle tilts more than 7 degrees and adjusts the beam accordingly. So you're not riding into a dark curve. You're riding through a curve that's already lit out. It's smart. It's precise. And it's a massive leap forward. Asterisk, what's truly impressive isn't just that the tech works, it's how they made it work. You see, cars and motorcycles live in completely different realities. A car is a stable platform. A motorcycle is a dynamic, constantly shifting machine. Every corner, every break, every bump, it moves with you. That meant Yamaha couldn't just plug in Audi's system and call it a day. They had to reinvent it, and they did. According to Yamaha engineers, the process started around 2019 or 2020. They began testing in Europe and Japan, riding thousands of miles in all kinds of conditions, from city traffic to pitch-black country, roads, in rain, fog, and everything in between. The goal? Build a lighting system that not only reacts to traffic and light levels, but understands how a motorcycle behaves in the real world. That's why the adaptive matrix doesn't just flicker on and off. It dynamically morphs in real time. The sensors detect a lean angle of over 7 degrees. The beam shifts inward, aiming deeper into the corner. Where your eyes and tires are headed next. It's subtle. You don't notice it working, but the road ahead is always lit, like it's anticipating your every move, and the system doesn't stop there. It adjusts based on ambient light, oncoming vehicles, even changes in the weather. So whether you're cruising under clear skies or slicing through a rainy night, the light adapts. This isn't just about brightness. It's about intelligence. Yamaha took something built for luxury sedans and made it feel like it was designed for riders from the beginning. And that original mystery, how can Audi's car tech possibly work on a motorcycle, is finally answered. Not by copying, but by completely reimagining what lighting means on 2 wheels, asterisk. So here we are, a motorcycle with headlights that don't just shine. They think that the Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus doesn't just represent a new chapter in touring bikes. It's a signal, a sign that the future of motorcycling isn't just about speed, or power, or design. It's about smart technology that keeps riders safer, more confident, and more connected to the road. This is the kind of leap that makes you wonder, what else can be borrowed or reimagined from the automotive world? Will we soon see motorcycles that adapt their suspension in real time? Or bikes that use AI to analyze riding habits and prevent accidents before they happen? Because if lighting, something as basic and overlooked as a headlight, can be transformed into an intelligent, responsive system, what's stopping everything else from evolving too? Yamaha didn't just improve a feature. They challenged the industry to rethink what's possible on 2 wheels. And chances are, other brands are already watching closely, getting ready to follow. For riders, that means more innovation, more safety, and a better experience without sacrificing the raw, thrilling connection that makes motorcycling so special. So next time you hit the road after dark, ask yourself, are you riding with old tech from a forgotten era? Or are you stepping into a future where your bike sees the road as clearly as you do? Because if Yamaha just changed the game, the real question is, who's next?